All right, guys, today I am Micah Pastor on the Girly Drew Sports Network. We're going to look back at Stephen A. Smith's take where he compared Johnny Manziel to Tom Brady. We know Stephen A. Smith knows more than anybody. He struts around like a dumbass. He's with ESPN, which is totally destroying sports right now. So let's check out Stephen A. Smith's take on Johnny Manziel.
But for me, I agree with you because what Johnny Manziel did, he did in the SEC. He came on the scene as a freshman, won the Heisman. Okay? He's performed exceptionally well on the big stage in most circumstances. Nick Saban, who I think is nothing short of great despite his his momentary lapse against Auburn,
Yep.
raved about this guy,
Did.
his competitive fire. And I think on the NFL level, you have to have people like that in your locker room. One of the reasons why I'm willing to concede Tom Brady has a notch above Peyton Manning, I have no questions about Peyton Manning's greatness, what he's accomplished, how he's a future Hall of Famer, and I profoundly respect him. But visually, from a histrionic standpoint, when you look at the fire in the belly of a Tom Brady, you just see something there
I agree.
that doesn't appear visible to the naked eye, like, with Peyton Manning on that level. There is just something a little extra special about Tom Brady. Okay, so for me, I look at Johnny Manziel and I think about the great quarterbacks we've seen in NFL history and the intangible that they have on that level. And I see Johnny Manziel being one of those individuals. Ron Jaworski has more knowledge about football in his fingernail than I have. I have nothing but respect for him. But I'm flabbergasted as to how he could sit there and say, yeah, you forget the more than 5 games, Skip. How could you see Johnny Manziel for 5 games and say that we're going to pick him before the 3rd round? I don't understand that. I think he's too big time of a talent who has performed too big time on the biggest stage. And you, by the way, he didn't stink up the joint at the combine or anything like that. I don't understand how you get. Then you talk about the size of his hand or whatever. The ability to get his huge hands. I mean, how do you sit there and say, not even a 3rd rounder? I don't get that.
There you go, guys. Stephen A. Smith. Johnny Manziel is going to be the next Tom Brady. Unfortunately, that was over a decade ago. I don't think that's worked out very good for Stephen A. Smith, as most of